Dreams. I am now officially a griefer. Yep, that was the logic, Grindel. Correct. Oh, sorry, you didn't make it in this time. 880 Skaven, huh? I think Skaven are okay at the start, and once you've got a Sacker and or a one-turner and or a Claphome Storm Vermin, they're still lowish in team value. They can be like 1200. It's less useful on rookies and less needed on Armor 9. Correct, Horseman. Squiggy is playing Blood Bowl 2. Is it working for you, Squiggy? I kind of do feel bad about this. Just a bit. Thanks for the follow, Mezcal. So I'm actually not very experienced with dwarves. Yes, very good. Let's have a look at the opponent. Oh, he's got an agility thrower. That's good for him. So we want the Slayers to be available for stuff. Normally, if I played Dwarves, I would have one runner on the bench. So suppose he really does go for a sideline cage somewhere like here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. Just a bit further back then. Don't want to get too out of position here. Might just do this actually. No, I don't like that. Nice. Glad to see you on here. So this is actually my first ever game as Dwarves on stream. That's not symmetry, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. So this should give me enough traction on the backfield. Yeah, me too, Fox. Me too. Well, they're already quite far back, I think. That's okay. So, Mezcal, I'm very much an agility coach primarily. I don't have a lot of experience with dwarves at all. Today I was having something of an off day. My Dark Elves were not performing as well as I would have liked, mostly because their coach was not performing as well as I would have liked. Okay, so he's banking on his agility 4 thrower and the gutters. Just a gust of wind, but it's enough to knock the... Oh yes, of course. You meant the Slayers, yes. So I do have them back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got the ball in his hands already. I suspect he's going to score turn 2. I mean, it kind of makes sense, right? Now we've got some players relatively far back because we know we're going to have to run. No, actually my opponent got I think it's fairly similar team value actually. He looked a lot lower, but that's a loner. What? Oh no, it wasn't a loner doing that blocking, was it? No. Okay, that's a go. That's interesting. You don't like Skaven, do you, Russ? So this guy could make the blitz a lot more easily if this dude had already been out the way. He doesn't seem to quite realize that yet. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Yeah, well. Yeah, so I think my opponent would have been... Okay. Hello. You don't like Skaven throwers? Well, you'd like this one, Russ. Actually, this is your dream thrower. It's your first skill up on the team, and it's agility on a thrower. Okay, so that's not a bad play. It does mean that I'll be stuck without a surf here. But I get plenty of pounding to do. So basically he's going to score in turn 2. That's fine. I don't mind that at all. Yep, that's what it looks like, sort of in the morning. Which is indeed why I didn't really try and stop this too much. So the first one will be a 3 die and then we'll have a 2 die. And the 2 die does do the trick. Bum! Just a stun. AKA nothing, because he's scoring. If I do that... I could get here, if I really wanted to, but I don't see much of a point. So even in this kind of situation, if I had set up like here, with all my guys, I could have still moved around and tried to stop him. The point is that stopping him is not the point. I mean, I'm gonna move there for for the off chance that it actually does do something, and the risks are fairly limited. But if I were to fail this, for instance, I wouldn't necessarily reroll it even. Maybe. I've got 3 of them anyway, right? Yeah, sure. Nope. Okay. So he scores. Fine. No real damage though, just a KO on a line rat. But we've got enough time to do the 2-to-1 grind thing. And besides, for this team, any tie is basically a win. Yeah, that is the point, Luke. if he wants to score on turn 2, that means he's... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, you can still make that. Yay! Yeah, if they can't stop you from scoring, they want you to score early. And in case of rookie dwarves against Skaven, I think my chance of a 2-1 grind is a lot better than my chance of stopping a score. Right, so 11 versus 11 still. Oh, he's already accepted this setup. No serfs. Right, the skill view is gonna annoy the shit out of me. This guy is worth blitzing. This is an easy way to get 2 dice here. One runner here. One runner there. So when you don't have a wow, that was bad. When you don't have a runner with kickoff return yet, having 2 is not bad because you can cover both sides of it. Actually, blitzing with a blocker is potentially better, I'd say. Very much potential for a blitz though. That's the downside of this. Yeah. Okay, this could be a problem. So, how far can this guy run? Potentially not far enough. I did say it, yes, Anubis. I did. Well, that I do not mind at all, really. Interesting decision. Not terrible per se. Personally, I would have preferred to try and hit this guy, because he's the only one who can certainly get the ball. But being able to move these guys out is not bad either. So this guy will need to go at some point. Oh yeah, that's much better. And he makes that too. So that means we're now looking at a dodge potentially. Everything is happening. Okay. Yep, that's about that then. So this runner could get there, but not with any support. If we would be willing to look at passing plays. So all my agility 3s are marked. Yeah, but the problem is you need a POW, right? Armor break's alright. Yes, I did fall to the dark side, Minze. Yes, that's right, Luke. In fact, that's why this blitzer hasn't acted yet. So, a go for it. And another go for it, then. But that one is good. So we're going to wind up here. He's not going to serve this. I'm quite sure of that. Time for the pickup. Yay! Agility 3! Oh, don't apologize, Luke. It's fine. Sure thing, the cold. It is. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are past midnight now, happy Valentine's, I guess. The worst team in Blood Bowl 2 is Bretonnians, yes. Oh, he's gonna stall out, huh? Well, okay. Fair enough, he's got the position for it. So, very interesting situation here. Letting him score early, then suffering a blitz. Yep, it happens. Okay, happy Deadpool day then. Better? Right, let's get to a point where we might be relevant next turn. I did make it a possibility by putting everyone on the line. I even explicitly said so. Very true, Hortzman. I was basically, yeah. Well, I mean, you can set up for a blitz reasonably well, and I didn't. So that's on me for sure. I'm gonna blitz this gutter. Don't feel the need to dodge with him per se. Let's see if we can serve this gutter next turn if we're lucky. You should be somewhere better. Here's okay. I'm not sure whether I want to move these guys. I think I do. Rat on a stick, yes, it allows you to escape one combat by discarding the item action, which is quite neat if you've got a combat with some bad stuff. So this is a success. I'm going to follow that up. Oh, no Appo for my opponent either, it seems. Oh, yeah, this is worth rerolling, I'd say, because it costs me this 2 times. And now we've got 2 dice on this guy as well. You know what? I don't want to see these cards, I want to see my bloody chat. Okay. Yes. So he's still stalling though. This guy is in a very unfortunate spot. Let's see, do we have anyone with some agility? So this is turn 4, right? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, he needs to start running now in order to make it. Should have thought of that sooner, really. Yes, indeed. Always put a dwarf in touchdown range. That's right. Well, the good news is a tie or a draw for this team is no problem. And the other good news is they're not even limited to 20 games per se. Good, good. Next turn it is. Still got 1 reroll. More guys out there. Yay. So yeah, that might not have been the wisest, but we'll see. Maybe Minza. Maybe. Although the one I faced wasn't. That was actually a guy on the leaderboard who just liked being up there even though he had lots of games. No! no! Biggles! And that's a dead runner. Well, look at me being all team value efficient all of a sudden. For a moment I thought, wow, is he blitzing with that gutter runner there? But yeah. Yeah, Biggles does seem to catch the brunt of those. Well, I picked a good time to lose, that's that's one thing. Yep. So yeah, assuming that was deliberate, it was actually pretty fun. So if I'm really, really fast, I could still tie. That's about it. Also, the bash is even. No, I'm not entirely convinced of that either, Anubis. So one thing I have to say for my opponent, his setup was definitely a setup for a blitz. I mean, on a quick snap, he would get devastated. Because that's the other thing about my setup. If I roll a quick snap, I could go there, 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 and that would be a lot of extra blocks, right? I could block 7 of his guys and then blitz one. But given the fact that I'm gonna have to use one of these blitzers as a backup runner, because I really need one guy up front with agility. Yeah, another blitz would certainly do fine, because at this point I cannot do any safe plays anymore anyway. No, but a reroll for my opponent, and a splendid kick for my opponent as well. So the ball would wind up here. Let's hope it does, because I'm going here right now. Well, the thing about blitz is that you only get it if you score. Wait, I screwed this part up for sure. No, I didn't. It's fine. Ah, he's fine. Okay, so 3 turns, you say? 4 turns. Yeah, between this kick and that, it's not going to happen. Okay, that's good. Yeah, stuns aren't bad per se, except when you need more, basically. Relatively safe here, so what happens next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here it is somewhat acceptable, I guess. I'm gonna have to, aren't I? This will be to blitz off any gutter runner that will no doubt be on my face soon enough. Oh hey, look at that! I'm so happy I didn't play my Dark Elves. I would be so salty right now if these were the Dark Elves that I just got the Strength Witch on. Well, I did say I'm not really a dwarf coach. So I will do a proper dwarf team at some point in... I don't think the World Cup will be quite... We'll see me play a lot of dwarves in it. I might if I get a ticket, but... No, I don't think so. Actually, there... That was a thrower, wasn't it? Yeah. He's actually dodging through my tackle zones to get to a square that he could just get to as well. I meant more that I'm considering passing play with dwarves, but yeah. So we're looking at a 3-4-3 play here. Now obviously we don't actually have pass, but if he's going to get here in 3 turns... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 would be there. No, I think it has to be now, because if I huddle around here, I'm going to be in swamped again. Good, that's what it's for. Is there a Longbeard on the gutter runner here? Okay. It is World Cup, actually, Targaryen. Because it seemed like a fun idea. I was already not playing my best game, and then so a pass. Whether I deleted my other team? No, I didn't. If I don't make the passing play, I do want this guy to be enraged still, silly as it may seem. That's 3 times in a row, isn't it? So, if you're gonna have a game like this, might as well be the first game on a new team that you weren't expecting a lot of from. Well, yeah, I'm having fun. It's 1 minus 2/3 to the power of 6. So we could either blitz this off with a 1 die, no block, and pick up but not pass. We're not going to pass this turn. We're not going to get far enough. But this is just a long beard. This is too far. So yes, that is the plan. It'll be a long bomb at some point then. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that is still possible. And Mr. Backup Plan here. Because you never know, right? Whatever. Yeah, that was my mistake. Absolutely. That's where I went wrong. Can I blitz this guy? In theory, yeah. Okay. Oh, no, of course I can't blitz him because that's not what I'm doing here. A knockdown here would certainly help. But a push we'll have to do, I guess. He made it! He made it! Yeah, I had a guy who didn't really want to pick up the ball. A couple of times. Well, so the reason I'm trying to play Dwarves like an agility team is because they suffered a blitz and suffered a 2-0 loss, right? I mean, the only way you can turn this into a tie is if you pass with them. It's not because I think that's how they should be played. It's just that the other options have sort of been depleted. Yeah, that's true, Squirrel Dude. I still have a reroll. Oh, and he didn't need it there. And he's got this, because block. Yes. Which means he just needs to pick up and score again. Yep. Definitely true. Does anyone know whether you need 11 dwarves for the dwarf OTTD? 1 turn touchdown? Yes, it needs 11 players apparently. Okay, so nope. Well, there's a guide on Fumble and it actually tells you 11 players, 2 Troll Slayers needed. I could link it for you. It's this one. So, damage 3, 4, 5, 6. So suppose we rolled a riot, we'd still not tie. Okay. Oh, no, misclick. I meant there. Oh, there's even a hole there. Whatever, it's pretty irrelevant anyway. So I was setting up for a 3-eye, but then I realized that this setup might not be most helpful there. Well, whatever. Let's just do this. Three, 4, 5. Yeah, they're not all going to be 3 dice, so whatever. So then we've got you here, and then we've got 6 dice on this one. No need though. Oh, got him. Yay! My first star player points. Oh no, wait, I killed the gutter as well. Blitzer here. Oh, now you pick up the ball, huh? Well done. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. So yes, I'm very happy that this is my Griefer team. I don't think I've been this beaten up in the first half since I've started playing Blood Bowl 2. I mean, it's happened on Fumble, I'm sure, but not around here. Wait. Did he just use the same setup for a second half? Okay. So this is silly, right? I mean, the only reasonable thing to do here is to try and score quick, which they don't do. Yeah, Trinity, I'm playing Dwarves, and if you look at the score, that 3 is not mine. It's it's a pretty sad state of... These... What? This is most interesting. Let's see, we block this guy off, then we've got 2 assists there, so this guy, and then 2 assists here, so that's 3 dice on this gutter, 3 dice on this gutter. And he's left 1 guy for me to blitz as well. This is quite interesting. The last permanent injury was on yes, I'll name this game Poetic Justice when I upload it to YouTube. Okay, so I think this blitzer is probably the best one. Yes, it is, Agroa. It is a valid part of Blood Bowl in general, so... You mean I should have let the I should have let the runner pick up the ball, huh? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Very true. No, there are issues with regard to cheating, but that's not about cheating within the game. That's about cheating the system of the game, basically. Run, Mac! Run! Run like the wind! Well done. So, there was a post about cheating in the World Cup, but that was about people farming for concessions, people deliberately spending their entire turn timer not doing anything. Like, they would do all their actions in the first 30 seconds and then let the clock run out for the rest of their turn, just to annoy their opponents, basically, in order to force a concession, stuff like that. Some teams were already suspected, yes. Well, I mean, if people were willing to do that before, I guess I should have crowded around him a bit more. So this might require a bit of chain pushing then. Oh, which just got a lot easier? No. So, obviously everything I'm doing now is silliness anyway, right? Because there is no way Dwarves are scoring 3 touchdowns in a game, in a half. Well, I mean, I'm still playing as if it's possible, but that's something else from believing in it. This team might still get played. I mean, if I'm tired and I want to play but not World Cup, then sure. Oh, and sent off too. Right, Night Seed. So it's weird, right? Because this is not how you play Dwarves. Okay. Thanks for the follow, Usyk. So normally, if you play Dwarves, you're playing very conservatively, very slowly. At some point you will have a bunch of guard, of course. Did he just hit end turn or what? Weird. Okay. So just walking will already get me there in 2 turns, which is enough to not tie. I mean, I don't want you to think that this is how I think Dwarves should be played. Just want to be clear about that. And I wouldn't play Grieving Dwarves this way either, unless they were so far behind that the only way they'd have a chance at a tie was by doing stupid stuff like this. And at this point they don't really have that chance either. It's weird, right? My opponent's basically... I did, didn't I? Yeah, I think I did. Yeah, the guy, the Troll Slayer, blocked it. Okay, so he's clearly given up on the team then. If I could get a pitch clear on the last turn or something, that would get me a... I didn't. But if you're not sure whether you've given up on the team, you've got some weird ways of handling your players, though. If I could get a pitch clear, I could still tie, I suppose, yes. No, Russ. I'm not going to push someone else to lower his own chances at future stuff. I mean, not that he's going to win it, but if he's not willing to concede, that's a good thing. Even though giving up is also... Well, I mean, the point of my current team is not to win. The point of my current team is to tie against others. And a single game in which we fail to do this does not actually stop them from achieving that goal. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys. He doesn't have the utility 4. I'd need a steal. So the runner will be here. Let's spread these guys out. He cannot really afford to hit all of them. So he doesn't say he's deleting the team, right? He says, I'll start another and run both. And then he acts as if he's deleting them. Well, but Russ, the way you describe it sounds like you don't know about the concession rules in the World Cup, because they exist and they have consequences. If you concede and you have an equal tiebreaker, you're out relative to the one who conceded less. So all I need is to make two turn touchdowns. If your concede count is more than 5, you get banned from the season. Yes. And the coach, Russ. And in addition, if you concede more than 5 times, you're automatically disqualified for the rest of the season. So that combination is pretty severe. Yeah, and it's still not enough, clearly, because people will... So if even someone who streams Blood Bowl 2 has no idea, then obviously communication... So all I need is two turn touchdowns. Nice one, Aubrey. Okay. So it doesn't look nearly impossible right now. He's gonna go for the pickup at some point though. No! No, 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 no. So that's my blitzer. He's still got enough. Let's put the runner in a touchdown place. That would be here. Or here actually. So that's the runner. So to get this, I either need to use agility 2 or get this guy free. Getting this guy free would require a chain push here. Or blitzing him, I suppose. Blitzing him is probably the best option. Let's mark the ball though. That seems like a fair plan. Only a go for it after all. Don't say that! Don't say that, Sage. Only a go for it. Come on, you know better than that. Yay! Sure. So, got the ball. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he can score or he can score. Oh yes, I might have wanted to do this earlier. Very good, Sage. If you have more than 20 games, then that team is disqualified. But I could play these dwarves for 100 games if I want, and the dwarves wouldn't get disqualified. I wouldn't get disqualified, only the dwarves. Hell, I could already have a qualifying team and still play very evil dwarves. Although the only reason there is a point to doing this I don't think it gets kicked, it just means it cannot qualify. If I did tie this, I would be quite amused though. Because this is a 3+ dodge already. He makes it. That's a go. Yeah, he made that. Oh, okay, so I'm down. Yep. Which is actually kind of a fun part of the metagame. Nice liquor. I've got a plus strength witch on mine. Oh yeah, I missed that part. That stun does suck. Because the only agility 3 I have is like all the way over here. Reroll. He made it. And tackle? Tackle? Yes, tackle! It could bounce out even. It does bounce out. Into my hands! For a moment there. So that makes things a lot easier again. Because this guy's got agility 3, you can just hand off there. Right. Well, that was fun. If I would manage this bullshit, I would be thoroughly amused. Don't forget to make your blocks. You're still a dwarf coach, of course. Well, you're still not a dwarf coach, but you know what I mean. You're still coaching dwarves. Pick up. Yes. Hand off. No. Reroll. Yes. And a go. So, time for one more two-turn touchdown. All I have to do is have my opponent screw up again. His guy stayed knocked out. So, he's got such a strong rightward bias. And he's got 2, 4, 6, 7 players now. I'm just going to go ahead and pretend he's really thick. You never know, right? I kind of need these guys more in the middle, though. Because their agility allows them to do stuff. I am wrecking his touchdown difference. Yes, that is correct. Blitz now might actually... So where are my agility 3s? Let's see. Here, 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 and there, huh? This is potentially even more stupid than what I was doing before. That depends on where he actually puts his guys though, right? It would be so silly if this worked out. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Having 1 or 2 out of there. But it depends on where he puts his guys. But I guess even if he just leaves it straight as is. No, but if he's just leaving one side unmarked. He does, doesn't he? That's why I've got these 2 tackle here. Although, now that he's gone from 3-0 to 3-2, I guess he might have reconsidered a bit. Oh, he did move someone because of this 2-die block here. This is definitely one of the weirdest games I've had so far here. An extra reroll, but not for me. Kick, that is definitely not a good one for me. Well, I guess he's going to go 4-2. I mean, what are you doing? Oh, pickup made it. A catch with reroll. no snakes. Well, he could still fail something here. If he fails a dodge, for instance. But that would require snakes. Oh! Or that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, that's not good. Yeah, and then I suffered an incredible game. Oh, no, that one is not. Actually. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 die? Okay. Well, sure. And that's enough to not get. Unless he puts me here, of course, yeah. I can still get here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah. So, theory, right? Well, I mean, the reason I've made dwarves hopelessly ineffective is because I was basically the situation was hopeless because I was 2-0 behind because of the blitz, and once that happens, I mean, you're playing for a 2-to-1 grind. A blitz happens, you're 2-0 behind. You're basically toast. The only thing you can hope for is really, really stupid dice, which happen to land you more touchdowns, even though you're giving the ball to your opponent again. And considering how my opponent's playing, it could have happened. It almost happened, kind of. Oh well. This was a very stupid game. My opponent's probably thinking about stalling or something. I don't know. Oh, wow, this is probably some of the worst Blood Bowl I've played for the better part of forever. Well, sure, hands didn't work, that's part of it, but really, the blitz was already the game. This was very, very silly. So he's got 6 and he's got 3. Yeah, good call. So, still time for a blitz if he wants to make it 5-3. 5-2. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, Luke. I don't think it's being a jerk per se. I think he just got bored and stopped caring. He was chatting in a not unfriendly way, and I think he was just being honest when he said, "I don't know what I want to do" and stuff. So Max got 4. I'm still going to keep this game for the lulz, basically. The rats are pretty busted, but I don't think there was much serious injury. This guy is missing next game. Rookie Gutter is dead, and this guy was a journeyman, so who cares? Three, four, 5, 6. No, it's going to be afterwards still. So then I might as well just do it like that. Sweltering Heat, 3 players, 2 players. Oh, whatever. Yeah, I think he just thought it doesn't matter anymore, so I don't need to move them, and he didn't realize that he would risk his players, which shows just how much. Yeah, if you're gonna suffer a crazy dice game like this, it feels bad, right? Because I sound like a noob blaming the dice for the game, but I did set up vulnerable to a blitz. That was really a mistake. No argument there. That's a good ending, I'd say. No, I mean, there were a lot of bad dice in this game, but I didn't have to be so vulnerable to a blitz. Still, I mean, it was actually not so much that my setup was vulnerable, which it was, but the fact that he put all of his players so centered around those flanks, which isn't really a good way to set up usually. It just does very well with blitzes. So yeah, whatever. So thank you for watching this this rather farcical game. Come on, what are you doing? Well, this is classy. Did his timer run out? Huh? What was that? Weird. Whatever. 50k means... this is nice. This is nice. Well, so I do like variety, and this was a very variable game. Oh, he just hit end turn, of course. Yes, that makes sense. This is the only race that I haven't played yet on stream. And the first game in which I do was very interesting. And, yeah. So, Biggles. Toss off. Apo. Sure.